My name is Brandy Hodge, and I am the Volunteer Services Coordinator with Johnson County Human Services. As a volunteer coordinator for Human Services, our department provides services for the elderly, people with disabilities, and low-income residents. And so we have 13 different volunteer programs, two of our biggest programs being Meals on Wheels and Catch a Ride, a transportation program for seniors. And so we provide services that our volunteers provide the services actually that the county cannot provide those particular services for. So we have volunteers who then supplement and go out and they deliver meals to homebound seniors and make sure that they are, being fed every day. And it's also a welfare check to make sure that they are doing well while they're at home. We have over 1,600 volunteers in our database, which they may deliver, meals once a week, or they may do something once a year, but we are delivering 600 meals per day. So that's a minimum of 600 people that we're affecting. And then with the other programs, if you add in all the other services such as transportation or helping hands mowing someone's lawn, you can at least add in probably another 100. So we're making a difference in a minimum of 700 people's lives each day. For Meals on Wheels, we do deliver the noon meal to homebound seniors, so they have to be homebound, meaning that they're not mobile, so they can't go to the grocery store. And most of these people, when we've gone out to their homes, they cannot cook for themselves either. So what we're doing is we're providing that noon meal for them, and the Meals on Wheels does enable them to stay in their homes longer. If they didn't have Meals on Wheels, they would have to move into a nursing home or assisted living facility. And so this allows adults to basically live with maybe their grown children who are working during the day, and then the Meals on Wheels is just another check to make sure they're doing okay during the day while their adult children are working. So it does save the taxpayers thousands upon thousands of dollars because we're not paying additional nursing home bills, and it's also great for the family because they have that reassurance that someone is going to check on their loved one each day. For the Catch a Ride program, we're providing that transportation. Transportation is huge. There are so many things we take for granted that we can just jump in our car and we can go to the store anytime that we want something. I have people for Catch a Ride who, have to schedule their grocery store visits a week or two in advance just to get milk, just to get their necessities. And so people are brought to tears at the graciousness of volunteers that they are willing to donate, an hour of their day or 2 hours of their day to not only just check on them, but also to provide social interaction for others. Because that's another thing that people lack, is that these people live at home by themselves, and so they don't have anyone but the volunteer. We did a recent survey, and 70% of those people who responded to our survey say that the only person they see that day is that Meals on Wheels volunteer. So we always say you're not just delivering a meal, you're delivering a smile. You're also providing the reassurance that your loved one's being checked on. So if I have a grandma that's in Missouri or Nebraska or some other state, then she can still be getting Meals on Wheels in her local town, but then I can also have that reassurance that someone's checking on her every single day. And then if there is, a time that we go to their home and they're not home and they don't answer the door, we call the loved one and check with them. And then if we don't get any response, we send the police to the house for a welfare check. So we are just triple checking everything to make sure that people are okay. And it's especially important during the winter as well as the summer months, so that people aren't left at home and they're not getting, either they haven't fallen or there's not, something going on that, needs attention. So they're getting checked on every day. I do what I do because I am making a difference. I feel that every day. I'm not the person to see the effects. The only way I get that is through a thank you card or a phone call. My volunteers are the people performing the services. The volunteers are actually the heroes, the unsung heroes in my eyes, because they're the ones that are out there doing all the service. I am just making sure that it gets done, and I'm making sure that the appropriate people are doing, what they're assigned to do. And we do background checks and things like that to make sure that everything, all the checks and balances are in place. But the reason I do this is because of my passion for people, because I want to make a difference, because when I'm gone, I want people to remember me and to say that, I was here to serve others, and I wasn't just thinking about myself. I'm not here just for a paycheck, that I'm here to help, and I'll serve in any way that I can. And so I do think about my grandparents all the time, and I just feel that, you know, if I can make a difference in someone's life, and if I made someone's day, then that's what, you know, that I feel like I'm fulfilled. Like every day is a different, something new happens. There's always something great that happens, and my volunteers become part of my life, and, you know, I celebrate their successes with them, and I cry tears of sadness, you know, when they have, you know, sorrows in their life and things like that. So it's a great way to connect with people, and it's a great way for, I think, the government and public service to be brought to light, is that it's not just all the red tape and bureaucracy that a lot of people think about. There is so much more of a caring nature to government. Every year we host the Valentine's Stampede, where we collect 1,500 Valentines for all the homebound seniors in the area. We have school-age children who actually make homemade Valentines for seniors. And then we also work with adults who go out and buy Valentines from the dollar store, Hallmark, or whatnot. And we collect postage stamps. Then we put them together in packages so each senior gets one card made for them, one brand new card, and a postage stamp so that they can mail it to their friend. Well, this year we received so many that we were able not only to give them to the Meals on Wheels clients, but then also anyone who receives services through volunteer services. So our Helping Hands people and our Catch a Ride, personal shoppers. And so a lot of people who never received Valentines got them this year because they had such an overwhelming community response. Well, what happened was I got a phone call from a woman who said that this was the first Valentine that she received in 15 years. And so she was brought to tears, and she said when she opened it, she thought, you know, well, is it a bill, or what are they sending me? And when she saw it was a Valentine, she said she felt like her husband reached down from the heavens and sent it to her, because he never missed a Valentine. And so she said he'd been gone for 15 years, and that, to me, that's what I do. You know, we're not just providing services, we're also we're providing that heart. You know, they're getting that human touch from others. So I play just a little role in it, but to me that's my story. That's why I do what I do.